Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil and today we are going to do a review on the 3690 as it has been a full year now with this tractor. I have this tractor a year. Crazy. A lot of stuff has happened in that year, but we're going to just focus on the 3690, the goods, the lows, and at the very end I'm going to put together a completion of all the drone footage of the year. Real nice stuff. But anyways, 3690 will have it a year now, and this tractor has done a mountain of work. It currently is fitted out with all its Christmas lights for doing the tractor runs. We're after doing one. I suppose at the very end of this video I'll throw in some of the footage there from the tractor run, and she is a little bit dirty. For the next tractor run I'm going to have to wipe it down. I can't really wash it. Also, a lot of people I say are seeing we kind of taped on some of the lights, and that's caused another issue that we'll get to anyways. But yeah, this tractor has done a Trojan amount of work for us this year. We'll just tip around and we'll look at the clock on it to see how many hours it has done since we got it. If memory serves me right, it was 8,900 hours on it. You can see there's 8,939 hours on the clock roughly when we got it. So we'll just have a look now. What is on it? 9,318. Can you see there? So that means that we have done nearly 400 hours in this tractor. It's a lot for me wanting to buy a tractor to kind of put away to have to use. So it is. But yeah, no, that tractor, we would, honest to God, we'd be lost without that tractor this year. It done virtually all the harrowing. Like literally, that's what it spent most of the year at, was harrowing. Did reseeding jobs, did the tillage jobs, it did everything. We had to start off at the start. When we got it, we had some issues. We had to figure out how to get out the low box. We had to get the lift arms working. 10 minutes.
How long were you pricking at the other night?
2 hours, and that was the first night home.
And your apprentice?
Yeah.
An hour.
Jeez, that's great. That's mighty. Now I can actually use the tractor. All because the solenoid stuck in the back of it. Yeah. You just have to know what you're doing to fix these things.
See, call this thing here, called grey hair.
And we got the draft control working. My draft control is now working! Yes! It's actually working. It's working on the draft control, working on the switch. All my toggles there are now working. Yes! And I remember when that draft control started working at that job, I was just yes. Because I was getting a pain in my shoulder, having to have the arm held back here the whole time, bouncing up and down to be able to hit the buttons when I needed them. And getting the draft control working was such a yes moment. Other than that, that is literally, we changed some of the bits on the tractor. We put a new mud guard. Is this the new one? No, the other side. We put a new mud guard on it. I have the other mud guard to go on it. I just kind of never got around to doing it. It's still waiting to go on that side. We eventually got all new lights behind the tractor. I got my beacons fixed. I got new work lights front and back. We got strobes into the front grille. I also have a new replacement set of headlights, LED headlights to come for it, which is going to be mint. The new LED markers in the back, and I have more work lights to go on that tractor because some of you may remember in one of the harrowing videos, the lights were pathetic. And now we actually have lights on it. In regards to what trouble this tractor gave me during the year, literally none. The one thing, I don't know that I ever said on a video, but I may have done, I can't just remember. It's also great to be in the workshop, out of the cold and the wet, to be able to walk around the machine. But underneath these Christmas lights, I don't really have my phone to be able to show you. You can't just see, but there's a mess of wires in there. Not only does it have its old control ECU box, it also has one out of an 81 or 61 series tractor meddled into it, and the electronics there let me down in the spring. For about 2 weeks, it was constantly up and through the splitters, A, B, C, D. It was constantly going up and them to D. You'd be driving along, bang, hit D. It was very hard when you're harrowing, because I normally harrow in 2C, which is sweet enough, but when you hit D, it's nearly too much of a pull, and I had awful trouble with that for about 2 weeks. And that problem is, it's a lack of power from there to there to there. It's a lack of power, and we did some tricking with wires, and we did get it sorted. But that's going to be an issue we will have to sort another day. But other than that, that tractor, literally, no trouble. Never let me down. Them 400 hours, except for when that was given a bit of trouble. Other than that, that tractor never let me down. Never left me on the side of the road. Literally, just, it never let me down badly. It never left me on the side of the road. I never had to pick up the phone, call Father Phil, say, yeah, I'm in bother. Something's not right. Honest to God, that tractor, she's an absolute workhorse. She is a mule of a tractor. There's one thing, now I'll show you in another video, but any mechanics watching, any big tractor people, if you gotta look at the front pulley in that, I think you'd cry. When we realised, earlier in the year when we had bonnets off and we seen it, the front pulley is welded onto the crankshaft. Yeah, the front pulley is welded onto the crankshaft, and that is not good. The time, my father understands why that might have been done, because some of you may remember one of the videos Father Phil was talking about his 3690.
And I took the whole front out of the tractor, and he came up here and he welded 4 keys on the crankshaft.
Yeah.
To match the 4 slots he put in the hub. And we Loctited it and tightened it. It had to be tightened to 1,000 Newton meter. And
one of the things that went wrong with his 3690 is the front pulley come loose, and they had to machine a special pit to put on it, but whoever fixed that at that time shortcut it and welded it. So if that ever goes, it's a whole new crankshaft in the engine, which, yeah, we're not going to do anything about that unless that breaks. That's kind of the plan. But honest, that tractor, she's an absolute workhorse. Lots of power, lots of give in her. She just, I love that tractor. That tractor was the dream tractor I always wanted. I bought my first tractor with 135. Now I told myself, well, I bought a 135, next tractor I'm going to buy is the 3690. And for a long time I thought it was never going to be that. I'd probably buy something else first, but I actually did what I said. I bought a 3690, and I love that tractor. Absolutely. Just never give me any trouble. I suppose one of the few things now we have, I know that when we bought it first we were going to say we're going to try and fix the panels, but this top panel is gone past repair. If you can see, that line there is just gone, and around the exhaust is gone. So I have an order, you could say an order put in for a second-hand panel. Also, this panel and the panel the far side, the same panel the far side, they're gone as well. All of in there, that it's just rotten. There's nothing left to fix there. And I'm sourcing new bits, or when I say new, it won't be new, it'll be second hand, but it'll be good panels for them. But these 2 pieces are solid. A little bit of rust to get sorted, and we have them little bit of rust issues to get sorted. The cab is another story. There is quite a bit of rust on this pillar to be sorted. Probably not going to be done this year. Hopefully next winter I might have a go at trying to sort out the cab, which will be a big job. It'll be taking out the glass, it'll be sanding it down. It'll be a big job. Hopefully this year, just taking up again the last of the workshop finished, we'll be starting the loft after Christmas. That's kind of the plan. We have all the steel and all the timber got for it now, and a new saw bench as well for sawing everything. But we just all the time took into this. I just didn't have time to get around to these jobs, and that's one of the jobs I'll be hoping to do for next year. Also, I'm planning on, all going well, going to change these tyres. I ain't going to do a grassman on it and go for huge massive tyres and change the original rims. We like the original rims, the heavyweight centres, really like them, so I want to keep them. But we're going to go for 650/42s, and they're expensive. They're not cheap. 650/42s, Agrimax BKTs to suit the front tyres. That's kind of the plan. Also, we may not put front fenders on it. A lot of dirt that's on it now is caused because there's no front fenders. We are debating on it. I quite like it without front fenders, but we don't know. We're debating about it. The ones that came with it are completely wrong. They not match. One rubs completely wrong. So we're debating on. My father has one, and we're debating on whether we'll buy the match of it or just buy a new set, put on it. We're not sure. And when I do change them, respraying both rims. That's the plan. I'm also hoping maybe next year getting a Dramone hitch put on it, because the original hitch that come on them is pretty 2,500 gallon of slurry behind you, and I never really liked them hitches. The die seemed that weak is the best way I'd put compared to the Dramone hitch, so I do intend on putting a Dramone hitch on it. And yeah, then after that, look, there's rust on it. There's a lot of things like that to be sorted, but there for next winter. But for definitely, I want to get a new set of tyres. I want to get my rims resprayed. And if I do get these new panels for the bonnet, them panels are going to have to be resprayed, because it'll look a mess otherwise. So that may be done sooner rather than later, depending on where I get bonnets now. Two other mechanical issues to be sorted. Well, not really mechanical, oil leaks. Rocker cover gasket is leaking, still leaking, never got around to fixing it. Not leaking too much, but something that needs to be fixed. But the biggest issue, and the issue that will be sorted this spring, because we cannot afford to keep putting oil in it, is our cross shaft seal, or that's what we think is gone. If anyone has ever worked with one of these or knows anything about the seal going in the cross shaft, so it's our understanding, so there, that going across to here, the seal is gone in there, and it's just, it was at the start of the year, was weeping a little bit, not too bad. The next thing, that tractor mightn't even leave the shed. It'll do the next tractor and mightn't leave the shed after that without that getting fixed, because it is a big issue, and something we definitely will have done when it starts to harrow next year, because we can't. We just have to fix it, and it will be fixed. But if anyone knows anything about that, because we think it's a big job, we think it's half axles off to get at that, to take out the cross shaft, to put in new seals. If anyone has done that before, please let me know in the comments down below, or hit me an email at farmerphil135@gmail.com, just so we can get this up. Other than that, that's it. She's perfect. She's dead solid. The gearbox, the engine, everything. She's just solid, and she didn't let me down. That was the main thing. We put nearly 400 hours in that tractor. Not once had I had to call Father Phil to change that. The first time ever I changed oil, serviced the tractor by myself, all the filters, all the oil, I did that myself. So it's actually, when I think of it, it's like you're witnessing my first full service of a tractor without any help earlier in the year. And I suppose as well, I said it when I bought it, I have ye to thank for this tractor, because otherwise I'd have never been able to buy it. Ye watching the videos, ye supporting the channel, that's how I got that. And I can't thank you enough for all the support, watching all the videos. I'd never been able to buy it without you, and I'm just so grateful, and just big thanks to everyone for watching, because yeah, that tractor, the noise of that tractor. Anyways, look, I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. That is my year review of that tractor. Pretty much bulletproof tractor, never let me down. 400 hours, heading on for 10,000. Will we see 10,000 hours on the clock by next year? She run the Fusion, she run the Moors, she run the Lemkin. There's not a lot she didn't do. She pulled silage, she drew slurry, she did everything. I've loved working that tractor all year, and all going well. Next year we'll work her another full year. We'll change all the things I want to do on her, and all going well, she'll still be around to come into the shed next year to get serviced again. So anyways, we'll leave it at that for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed me drooling over my tractor. Hope you enjoyed the review after a year. So I suppose stay tuned at the end for the drone completion and a bit of the Christmas light tractor run at the very end. But that is it from me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. We'll also be doing the 64.99 in January, or a year in the review of it. But that's that for another day. That is it for me. Good luck, mind yourselves, and happy Christmas.
I just realized I've built walls a mile high to protect my heart, but now I'm all alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge. Been too scared that I'd unravel. Brick by brick, I built these walls. Now I know that I am strong. Just watch me tear them down. I'm gonna tear them down. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? Just watch me march towards the battle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle.
I'm gonna tear down this castle.
Watch me march. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? I criticized myself for trusting lies. I know I can't hide, 'cause then I'd be alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge. Been too scared that I'd unravel. Brick by brick, I built these walls. Now I know that I'm enough. Just watch me tear them down. I'm gonna tear them down. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? Just watch me march towards the battle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle.
I'm gonna tear down this castle.
Watch me march. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love?
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise. Tear all the worries out of my mind about who I'm supposed to be. I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away, they were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're all on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulder. Child, don't forget who you are, don't care where you are. I've been around from the start, you'll be dancing on the moon. I've been my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. I've been my life, you'll compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer each day to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes don't last it long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew all along. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own,